Jaden Show, and here's your host, Jaden Cornelious.
Happy Sunday, everyone. Well, this is a super creative show for you because my guest this week can pretty much do everything from making beautiful jewelry to singing, to writing music, to writing symphonies and masterpieces, to writing electronic alternative folk music as well. I mean, this woman is super talented and super wonderful. Her name is Catherine Evans, and we're going to meet her in a couple of minutes. But before, let's go and check out some of her music. So without further ado, let's go and meet this week's very special The Jaden Show guest. It's Cat Evans, everybody. Cat Evans, welcome to The Jaden Show. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Thanks for inviting me on the programme.
It's always a pleasure. Well, we haven't seen each other for nearly 7 years.
Yes, it must be.
But we don't look any older. I mean, that's the
no, we
lovely
don't.
thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you were.
We look the same.
No, carry on.
We look the same.
Yeah, we don't age. It's all good.
Yeah.
Now, when I last saw you, you were a super busy woman thinking about leaving London, and you did eventually leave London and go down to Kent.
Yes.
So, but you've always been a very creative and very busy young lady. So you are a musician, artist, you make spiritual gifts, and you cook, and you grow things, and you just do everything.
Yes. Yes.
Have you always been a super creative person, or did things develop over time?
Yeah, I have actually, from being really, really young. I was always doing something, even like 2-3 years older, I was doing stuff. So sometimes it was in the early days making mud pies or painting or drawing or whatever it was, yeah, from a really young age. And then when I was a bit older, I got into writing things as well. So I remember learning to touch type on my mum's manual typewriter, the portable little Olivetti type thing.
Yeah.
And I used to do little scripts and comedy sketches, and that's how I learned to touch type.
Oh my goodness! How old was you then?
I was 13 when I learned to touch type. I just thought it would be a good skill.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, do you still do writing now? Do you still write scripts and stuff like that?
I still do writing. I've got my blog that I do, a WordPress blog, which is food and lifestyle blog. I do that, not as often as I'd like, but I do things when I'm inspired to.
Yeah.
And I had 3 poetry books published in the past as well. I've had various poetry published in various things over the years as well.
Wow, that's amazing. So, have you always been a music lover? Has music always been in your veins, or?
Yeah. Mum was a really talented musician, and she went to a Roman Catholic girls' school in Preston, and she really wanted to go to music college. She was a gifted pianist and violinist, and she also sang madrigals as well. But the nuns dissuaded her from doing that, so she went to Manchester instead and did English, geography and history instead.
Completely opposite to creativity.
Yeah, and she always regretted not following her heart as well. So she never really dissuaded me from doing what I wanted. You know, she always knew I was an experimental kind of person. So yeah, we were always brought up with music in the house, either classical music. She also liked torch songs, especially Edith Piaf. I was brought up on Edith Piaf, and folk music as well, world music, and just the general music of the 60s and 70s as well.
Wow, okay.
So quite a wide variety of music.
Did she teach you how to play piano, or is that something you did on your own?
That was something I did a bit later on. I used to enjoy listening to Mum play the piano. At school, of course, everyone at one time was persuaded to learn the Descant recorder.
Yeah.
But I bulked away from that. I wasn't at all interested because it was enforced upon me. I don't like having to do something. I like to do something because I want to. So when I was older, I decided to learn the piano, and I had piano lessons for a few years. And then I didn't really do much with it for a long time. But I went back to it a few years ago because although I did songwriting, I wanted to expand and become really competent at something else other than just maybe playing a recorder. So I can play various recorders and maybe singing a bit. I wanted to push myself and learn the piano again, so that's what I did.
Wow, that's my plan actually for this year. I've got a good sized keyboard, and I've just brought myself, I haven't picked it up yet, but I just brought myself a ukulele because I'm thinking I actually play nothing. And here I had a guitar, but because I work literally every single day, I didn't have a chance to. And by the time I actually sat down to watch a YouTube tutorial, the neck had buckled because of the heat, so I couldn't play it anyway. So I was like, I've just got myself a ukulele, so I'm gonna. My partner plays violin, so I'm thinking, right, I need to do something this year. I've got to be a little bit more focused.
Excellent.
That's my plan. And I played recorder. I was quite good at it. I still remember. I can play on it. So
it's fun though, isn't it? And it expands your mind as well.
Well, yeah, and I kind of like. I mean, when I was working spiritually, in kind of different kind of courses and rituals, I would kind of sometimes play pan, and obviously I didn't have pan pipes, but I would play the recorder. and I would, you know, like they would follow me around. We'll go around nature, and I'll just play this kind of little melody on the pipe, and you know, and that was kind of really it gave a lot of atmosphere, and I really enjoyed doing that. I didn't bring it with me to Mexico, unfortunately, but no, maybe
that sounds like a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, it was
like
super
a whole
cool.
lot of
Yeah,
fun.
maybe we're trying to build a little retreat center here, actually, meditation and creation retreat center. Just a very tiny one with like 3 cabins, but yeah, maybe that's something to do in the future. So, when you started piano, did you take to it quite naturally because you was brought up and because your mum was a pianist, or was it still something like all fingers and thumbs and you couldn't really get it?
No, I took to it fairly easily.
Okay.
Yeah, so probably I didn't want to do exams, but in the space of between 2 and 3 years, I got to grade 3.
Wow, okay.
Quite easy. And now, I mean, I hadn't played properly for probably about 25, 30 years, really.
Wow.
And I've been playing it a few years, and I'm playing sort of grade 4, grade 5 stuff.
Okay.
So I enjoyed playing Eric Satie. That's who I'm studying at the moment, the French composer. He was a bohemian. He was a very interesting person, but I like all that music. It was quite minimalist for his time. He was definitely ahead of his time because there's elements of his music that are similar to, say, Max Richter, who's a more modern composer, of course. So he was definitely ahead of his time, and he wasn't really taken as seriously as he should have been, probably.
As he deserved, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because he was out of the box, and you know, he wasn't really mainstream for those times.
Do you still write songs?
Yes, I do sometimes. Yes,
and we just heard Avenue Waltz. Is that one that you wrote yourself as well?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's the original. That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you actually write physical music? Do you actually write the notation?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I write it by hand. I don't use
talented.
It was something I decided to do more of during lockdown. I'd written songs, and I really wanted to do some notation. So between after the Christmas, between the second and third lockdowns, I decided to have a go. Sometimes melodies just pop into my head. It's like it's been downloaded from the universe. It's like channeled.
Okay.
And that's how I write. It's the same with songs. Sometimes melodies or lyrics just pop into my head, and
that's your base. That's your starter for
Yes, yeah.
So you also do cooking and lifestyle. You were saying as well. So
yes.
And you do artwork, and you do you make beautiful kind of spiritual things as well.
Yes, yeah.
Do they all have an equal chunk out of your passion, or is any one of them more satisfying, more edifying than the other?
They're kind of all equal, really, in a way. But I do what inspires me at the time. I just go with the flow. So sometimes I might focus more on, say, cookery, and then other times I might have a spate where I spend 2 or 3 days crafting, for example. It just depends what inspires me at a particular time. But I mean, cooking is important to me. It's something that I've been brought up with, cooking everything from scratch, because we never really had any money when I was growing up. And I had one granny, Scottish granny, was a professional cook. The other granny had worked in service. She'd been a housekeeper, so she could cook. So really, mum could cook as well. So it was really in the family. And I actually learned to cook on an open fire when we lived in Africa. I was 6 years old, and I learned to cook on an open fire.
Wow.
So I can cook anything on a barbecue, absolutely anything on a barbecue. But, you know, food is food for the soul as well. It's not just for the body, but it's for the mind and the spirit as well. It nourishes every aspect of the human body, mind, physicality. You know, it's essential for well-being.
Absolutely. Yeah, so it kind of puts my cheese sandwich to shame, really.
There's nothing wrong with the cheese sandwich.
There's not. Sometimes you just need one, but that's about
Exactly.
the level of my cooking skills. To be fair,
Oh,
I need to be tuning into your YouTube channel for your cuisine. Actually, that's what I need to be doing.
yeah.
So
there's lots of recipes.
absolutely, no, I've been checking them out. So if you wanted, if you were to be well known for one, I mean, obviously you can't be greedy, right? So if you wanted to be well known for one aspect of your creativity, would it be music, songwriting, cooking, art? I mean, which would be your one that you would like to get like more success?
Probably the music.
Okay.
It's a tough call though. It's quite close between the music and the cookery, but probably the music would have the edge because it's something that I've done from birth, really, listen to music.
Yeah, it's kind of addictive, I have to be honest. I'm still doing
Yes.
it after all this time. So, yeah, you can't. Sometimes it chooses you. You don't get a choice, to be honest.
Oh no, it's sometimes it's just, I think the main thing to do is just do things with an open heart and an open mind. And let go of any control and just leave yourself open to possibilities, to the universe, because the universe will give you what you need. You don't always get what you want, but you'll get what you need.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I completely believe that. And like I said, I've tried to give up music so many times and it just bugs me. And all of a sudden I'm back doing it again. It's like, oh my God, I thought I'd left you behind for a little bit.
It was like that with me and doing crafting, especially as I particularly enjoy making jewelry, unisex jewelry, stones, crystals, that sort of thing. And I did think about giving it up at one point, and I did try, but I couldn't.
Couldn't you have to carry on?
Yes.
So I've got you, because you also do a musical project with your hubby as well called Electric Witch. So tell us a bit about that project.
Oh gosh, now that started probably about, it must be about 16 years ago.
Wow, okay.
Before we got married, we decided that we wanted a pagan hand fasting after the civil ceremony, and we wanted a medieval type wedding as well. So we thought it would be nice, instead of having the usual disc jockey and disco music, to have like it as a mini festival.
Okay.
So we had Circulus, they played at the wedding, and also Maggie Sands, who at the time performed as Alchemia. And we thought it might be a nice idea if we did something as well.
Okay.
Because we did sometimes have a jamming session between the two of us. And we were on holiday in Prague, and we saw these, they were like puppets, and they were battery operated. And if you clapped your hands, they used to go, and these witches.
Okay.
So we thought, that's funny, that's interesting, and we thought that might be a good name. If we can think of a name, we could use that and call ourselves after the puppet. So then we thought, Electric Witch. So that's how it was
birthed.
Yes, so that's how it was birthed, really. And then we performed at our own wedding, and then a couple of years after that, I've done some singing lessons where I wanted to learn some performance techniques as well. We decided to do an album, so we were lucky enough. My singing tutor knew Aaron Friedman.
I've worked with him.
So he produced and engineered our album.
Wow, he's an amazing guy. He's so super sound. He's living in the States now, I think.
Yes, he is. Yeah,
I've been trying to hunt him down for years. I can't find him. He's such a good boy.
Yeah, he was in LA. He did go out to LA, but we went. He lived in Surrey, and we went down. He had a little recording studio at the end of his garden, and he said to us, he said, "Oh, how long have you got to make the album?" I said, "Well, we want to make it in 5 days," and he thought we were crazy, and he didn't say anything, but we did actually lay it down within the 5 days. And he said to us, We didn't do it one day after the next. We did it over like 2 or 3 weekends, split up into different weekends, into different sections. And he said he hadn't worked with anybody before who could just churn it out like that without the use of auto-tune for everything. And, you know, we just got on with it. And he said, I thought you were mad. He said, when you said you wanted to make it in 5 days, I thought you were absolutely mad. He said, I can't believe, you know, you just came in and just did it.
Wow, it's super cool. I really like it. I loved working with him. He's a good man.
He's really good, yeah.
So what did it say?
I used to take him pickles.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When we used to go for recording, I used to take him a few jars of pickles.
So you know how to work him. That's a definite. Well, so Electric Witch, is it still going? Are you still doing that project? Are you still working on new material?
Yeah, we put out a song last year which we called New Normal, which was written about the pandemic. And we recorded that at home because, of course, everywhere had been closed, you know. So we put that out, and we've been a bit dormant, really, you know, with one thing and another. I've been doing my solo projects, and Dan's been pretty busy with what he's been doing as well. But we do have plans for sometime this year to be doing some more music.
Fantastic. And if you had to put Electric Witch into a genre, what kind of genre would Electric Witch fit into?
Alternative.
Okay.
Or psychedelic. Psychedelic, folk, alternative, that sort of thing.
Okay. And where can people find that music?
We have a bandcamp. That is electricwitch.bandcamp.com, that one. Okay. And it's electric spelled CKWYTCH.
Okay. Okay,
that's
cool.
Spelling. Yes.
Cool. So everyone at home, you need to be checking that out. So future singles, future albums. What's going to be happening with Cat Music, Cat Cuisine, Cat Arts? What's the future hold for them?
Well, I've been working on a masterpiece for a while. That was another sort of downloaded piece. I wrote a sonata in 4 movements last year that I wrote in 3 days.
Wow, okay.
So I've put most of that on a USB stick. We recorded it here at home onto a USB stick on one of my keyboards. And we've got one more movement to do, and then we're going to go down the studio and tinker with it and probably put some more tracks on it. And I've also got plans for the 3rd movement as an aria as well, separate from that. So okay. I've written the aria, so I've got that going on, and then just see what happens. Dan's sort of written a song that we're going to do as Electric Witch.
Okay.
I do most of the songwriting, but he's written the next one that we're going to do.
Okay,
so
cool.
It's just a matter of finding the time to take out to rehearse it and then go and record it, really.
Record it, yeah, fantastic.
And as for the food, well, I've kind of changed direction a little bit with the videos because I've started showing how to actually, say, grow things or, say, cure things, and then recipes out of the growing or the curing or whatever it is. So I've changed direction slightly to a certain extent on the food. So it's just about evolution, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's increasingly important to grow as much of your produce as you possibly can.
Absolutely.
And you don't need a garden to grow things. And that's what I'm trying to show people, that you don't even need a small patch.
Like a jam jar, as in one of your videos.
Yeah, jam jar, a few plant pots or a balcony or a window box. You don't need a lot of land to grow even a few things that have loads of nutrients packed into them.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. And your classical music, so you're working on your masterpiece.
Yes.
What about, are you doing any singing? Are you, will you be doing the aria or?
Yeah, I will be on the aria, and so will Dan. Dan's going to do the bass parts.
Okay, that sounds
And
amazing.
I can do the others. I can do the others. So, I used to be in rock choir.
Okay.
When I joined, they say, "Oh, what voice?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know, because I can sing most of the parts." I'm not really sure. So they put me in soprano because they needed some more people in soprano.
A bit more top end.
Yes.
Wow. And if you're sitting down chilling at home now and you're not working on masterpieces or recipe sections or something, when you kick back and think, well, I just want to listen to some music, who do you listen to? Who are your top choices?
I actually enjoy dancing in the kitchen to 1970s disco music.
Okay, feeling that.
And I've got Dan doing it as well, because it helps to keep you fit as well, dancing.
Absolutely, yeah. That's why I used to teach Zumba, because I hated
Yes, you did,
exercise,
didn't
but
you?
I
I
like
remember.
dancing around being stupid. So it was
Yeah.
fantastic for me. I get to dance around, be stupid, earn money, and keep fit.
Yeah, so that's what I like to do. I like dancing around to crazy disco music.
Nice. And if you're relaxing?
I do a bit of reading sometimes, but often I'll just watch YouTube videos as well, like meditation music, or I've logged into your channel quite a few times as well and watched
That's
things.
not really relaxing, though, is it?
I find it interesting,
Really?
know. Yeah, for me it is relaxing, and it helps to open up the mind as well.
Wow.
I enjoy it. Yeah, I enjoy
thank
it.
you so much.
Yeah. So.
I'm quite chuffed with that. At least we've got one viewer, so that's cool. That's super, super cool. So I wanted to ask you a question. It's just gone out of my head. I completely have forgotten what I wanted to ask you. It just came to me when we was talking about. No. So Kent or London, which one do you prefer?
It's a difficult one. In some ways, I miss the vibrancy of London because it's just got so much to offer.
Yeah.
It's a very exciting place, but at the same time, sometimes it's just good to leave London behind, and
it's a bit overwhelming at times, right?
It can be, yes. It's a bit like a circus.
Yeah.
But every so often you need the circus.
Yeah. So, well, it's nice because you're not actually that far away, I guess, right? An hour and a half?
Well, where we are a couple of hours, yes, where we are, yeah. Because we're kind of on the Broadstairs border.
Okay.
Rather than Ramsgate itself, we're right on the border. So it's a couple of hours on the train into London.
Are there many outlets in Ramsgate for your music?
Not so much, no. A lot of it's more traditional folk.
Okay.
And sort of easy listening music, kind of. It is, quite chilled out music, but it's kind of not. It's not really our style of music.
Right. Okay.
But there's some real talent here, but it's not our genre.
Right. Yeah. Well, you create your own, right?
And there's rock music as well, but that's not our genre either.
Yeah, no, that's really common here, rock and metal.
Yeah.
So me going singing, like, I don't know, All the Love in the World by Dionne Warwick probably, I mean, has a certain niche crowd, but they would prefer Guns N' Roses' Sweet Child of Mine, to be fair.
Yeah, probably, yes. I'd probably go with Dionne Warwick, actually.
Yeah, me too, actually. Bless her. Yeah. Now, I remember what I was going to ask you, because we were kind of going onto that subject about listening and watching meditation videos. The video we're going to be watching in a minute after this interview is called Tranquillo. It's called Tranquil. How do you say it in English? I forgot how to say it in English now. Tranquillo, that's it. Yes. So you're doing spiritual classical music.
Yes, yes.
There's something special about this particular music because it has a vibrational energy, right?
Yes, yeah, that's right. I'm writing stuff on the solfeggio scale. So, of course, it has a history in sacred music, ancient sacred music. So there's 9 different solfeggio tones. 3 of them were added in the 20th century, 19th and 20th centuries. The lower notes were added then. But yeah, it was used obviously in chants across quite a long period of time, and then it was rediscovered and tweaked a little bit, and that's used a lot in meditation music and spiritual music. So I'm interested in exploring maybe at some point binaural beats as well. I'm interested in maybe writing a piece based on binaural beats as well.
What about hemi-syncing?
Maybe.
Because it's all sound healing, right?
Yes, it is. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm buying a gong soon. Actually,
Okay.
I'm just waiting for some stock to come in. So I've seen a gong that I want, so I'm going to buy that because I want to try and incorporate that into some of the music. I'm interested in that kind of blend between electronic and traditional music.
Okay. Well, when you release your next single, your next album, will you come back on the show and talk to me?
I would love to.
That would be bloody wonderful. Thank you. Well, guys at home, you've met the wonderful Kat. You can go and find her all over Facebook and on the links that have been running down the bottom of the screen throughout this interview. So please go and say hello. Go and check out her cuisine. Go and check out her music. Go and check out Electric Witch. Go and check out her artistry. You can find this lady everywhere, so I suggest you do. Kat, thank you so much for being on the Jaden.
Oh, thank you, and I look forward to talking to you again.
Absolutely, I'm going to show everyone Tranquillo. I want to say Tranquillo. We're going to show everyone Tranquillo as we go out of the show anyway. So thank you so much. We will chat soon.
Thank you.
And you take good care of yourself, lovely.
Take care. Thanks.
See you later. Bye. Super lovely to chat to Kat after so long. Well, you know where to find her, so go and check her out and go and check out all her projects. You can find her on Bandcamp, Facebook, YouTube. Just go and show some love, go and show your support, and thank you so much for joining me again this Sunday on my Jaden show. It's been lovely to spend some time with you. I hope you'll come back again and see me next week. Please subscribe. Please tell everybody to subscribe. Leave comments, like, retweet, because it will be really, really, really amazing for me to get your feedback and for you to share this show with others. Also, you can come and see me on my other social media platforms as well. So it'll be lovely to bump into you on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and all those places. So I will see you very soon on then. Now, I want you to sit back. I want you to close your eyes, and I'm going to leave you with this song. It's a lovely little meditation. So turn it up, get nice and relaxed. And this is Kat Evans's Tranquillo. And I will see you next week on the Jaden Show. Take care, stay beautiful, bye-bye.
Bye.